And welcome to The Biz, our show on the media and entertainment industries. I'm David Haffenreffer. Great to have you with us today. Two investment banks have downgraded shares of INFUSION, the leading Hispanic media company here in the United States, saying the stock is overvalued. The downgrades come as an unexpected surprise in the midst of what should be a triumphant week for INFUSION. The company is expected to win regulatory approval for its more than $3 billion purchase of Hispanic broadcasting as early as today. We bring in now Liz Castells Hurd. She is the president and CEO of Castells and Associates, is what it translates into, a Hispanic advertising agency. Thanks for being here with us today.
Gracias. Es un placer.
De nada. What do you make of this, the proposal here to bring these two companies together, and what would it look like if they get the approval they need?
I think it's terrific. The reality is general market English language media has been doing these kind of mergers for decades, and Hispanic media deserves the right to do it as well. Hispanic media also competes for the same advertising dollars as the general market. So this gives INFUSION HBC the clout to compete with the likes of Viacom and Disney. So I think from that perspective, it's a very positive move. I think most importantly, a merger of this sort really brings to the limelight the profitability of the Hispanic market and the lucrative nature of the business, and more potential profitability for corporate America means more investment dollars.
You're not worried about this company looking like a monopoly? Or acting like a monopoly?
The reality is INFUSION, while it does have a dominant network share, it varies dramatically by market, first of all. And second of all, it only represents 18.3% of all TV stations available. In the case of HBC, their 58 radio stations account for 10% of all radio available. So it is by no means a dominant market situation. The impact of the merger, in fact, is somewhat neutralized by the concurrent growth and explosion in the Spanish language media arena. David, you have to remember that the Spanish language media pie is growing at about 17% per year. Spanish language media will continue to grow over the next decade. So in fact, INFUSION and HBC, to a great extent, they compete as much with the general market English language stations as they do with the other Hispanic stations.
The media pie is growing about 17%. How about ad spending toward that demographic?
It's about 15% per year. In the last 5 years, Hispanic ad spending grew from 1.7 billion to 3.4. However, that is still under 3% of total ad dollars, where it really should be about minimum 8%, 9% of the total pie.
So does a combination of INFUSION and Hispanic broadcasting good news for your company?
Good news for most Hispanic agencies. The increased clout really helps in a lot of different ways.
And the population growth obviously helps out as well, because then there's a bigger demographic with more money to spend.
Absolutely. I think it helps everybody. I mean, there's 38.8 million Hispanics. The Hispanics are a very young market, so within a decade, they will represent over 20% of the total U.S. population. And really, more investment dollars into this market ultimately means more and more diversified Latino programming, which means more opportunities for Latinos in the workforce.
All about the dollars, too. Liz Castells Hurd, thanks for being with us.
Gracias.
Nice to have you here. So that is it for us today. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.